What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. I ain't gonna even hold you. Please forgive me for anything I'm gonna say in this review, okay? I apologize ahead of advance. So the episode picks up where the last one left off. Now we are seeing Kimmy pop up at Mel's house, right? Mel lets us know that she is inviting Kimmy over to the house because, Kimmy hasn't came over in a bit and she just wants her to know that she's welcome in her home, because even though that she likes peace and tranquility in her home, she's going to invite Kimmy because she knows Kimmy's going to come with all the mess. So after Kimmy gets in the house and gets settled in, baby girl don't leave no break before she starts getting in the mess. So Kimmy lets us know that they all went to Martell's open house, right? Kimmy tells Mel that they got into how Trish and Martell really met. And she said that it wasn't as random as they led on. This, once again, all you bitches want to be mad at Melody online because she messy, but don't nobody ever talk about Kimmy. Why don't y'all ever get in Kimmy for this shit she be doing? Is it because she had cancer? What is it that makes y'all think that Kimmy ain't messy, but Mel is the one that's messy and miserable, even though Kimmy be the one pot stirring everybody else's shit, but don't want to talk about her own life. So Kimmy, you could go around talking about everybody else's business, but you don't want us to talk about why your husband was out at 1 a.m. and you thought he was in the bed sleep next to you. Well, I'm glad, Kimmy, that you could fucking open your mouth about something, because obviously you're never going to talk about what's going on in your real life, right? You're just going to continue to be messy about everybody else's life. But as soon as Mel dips a toe into y'all motherfucking business, then all of a sudden you and your husband want to come fucking indignant fucking carbon copies of Malcolm X. You trying to destroy me. I thought you was infallible. You know what? Another motherfucking thing. I cannot stand that word that he kept on using. Mel, I thought you was infallible. I ain't infallible. I'm a human. Okay? Stop thinking that I'm infallible. I'm not CoverGirl mascara. This ain't America's Next Top Model. Bitch, don't call me infallible. I'm very fallible. Just like you was very fallible when you was behind the car driving drunk. She tells Mel that Chris supposedly hooked them up. Mel is looking like, is that right? Okay. Good to know. Basically just taking it all in and trying to decide how she is going to move with this information that she's been told. Because she's saying, wow, just one right after another. All you bitches are fake. All you bitches are evil deviants. So Mel says that this is her first time hearing about this because she saw Nell for her fitting for her vow renewal and she didn't say anything. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point, Mel, because it's so fucking funny how you wanted to come to Melody at your own fitting talking about how she hurt you, how you felt invalidated, how she felt you tried to invalidate her relationship with you being her mentor, but you failed to bring up how your co-mentor was trying to hook her husband up with another bitch while they were still married and y'all were mentoring them to try to stay together, right? Because let's not all forget that when Mel drowned Martell in that mimosa was Melody, that y'all were mentoring them while simultaneously trying to link Martell up with some strong-armed gym bitches at the gym. But you failed to bring that up. But you want to be a mentor. But your husband trying to put my then husband with strong shoulder holes that's in the gym. How does that work? So she says that this isn't a surprise because Chris was a cheater. And she wondered what kind of advice he was giving to Martell when they were mentoring them. Kimmy asks, well, does this leave, you and Trish in a regular space? Kimmy wants Mel to go at it with everybody else because she knows that she really can't go at it with Mel during the season because she don't want Mel to completely be going in about her life throughout the season, and she has to answer for all of that, right? So she gonna wait until the fucking reunion probably to try to go in on Mel instead of really talking about how she really feels while y'all all being around each other, right? But you're gonna be messy and get Mel to go at it with other bitches because you truthfully are mad at her too for talking about your life, even though you love to go to other bitches' houses talking about everybody else's business and everybody else's tea being messy, right, Kimmy? I guess that's how we operate in this season. Mel says, well, what is regular? Kimmy says, well, actually, it's so funny that you say that because I really don't know, because after the celebration for Trisha's son's and daughter's graduation, she let me know that she was not happy with you. She let me know that you was being messy at the party and she didn't appreciate it. Mel said the same thing I was thinking. She was like, well, how was I being messy? I came there with a check for her son and daughter for their graduation gift. But let's not also forget that you was not mad at the women who put you on blast for even going to Martell house when y'all was on a girls trip anyway. And they called you all kind of liars and said that you changed your story. You wasn't mad then, but you want to be mad now? I don't think so. Y'all came to me about y'all business being messy. I don't give a damn about however many men that you been with or are with or who were with you. I don't know. At the end of the day, it ain't got nothing to do with me. You brought me into it, but because I said something that you didn't like, now you want to be mad at me. But the thing about it is weird how you mad at me, but you allegedly was fucking my husband when I was married with him. Kimmy's like, you really feel that she was doing that, Kimmy? You had already alluded to that's what you were thinking too. Why are you? This is another fucking thing that y'all be doing. Y'all act like y'all don't want to say the stuff that y'all already know is true. Just like y'all were acting like y'all didn't know that Martell was going around putting out revenge against Melody. Come to find out, Tisha let us know that y'all all had seen it and had all knew about it. But y'all come on camera and act like, I don't know what's going on. Do you feel that that could be real? I mean, it's not in concrete fact, right? You know that this lady was probably fucking on her husband at the time and probably did it multiple times. So we go to Letitia and Destiny. Destiny is meeting us with that ponytail that she loves to wear, that high ponytail, with all the Kanakalan weave that she gets from the local beauty supply store that is not called Madani because that's closed down. We see Letitia and Destiny meeting up at a little cafe au lait. Like, I don't know what the purpose of this editing was, but basically they were having small talk and I was like, the camera kept on fast forwarding and making it seem as if they were just talking about nothing like for a long time. So the way it's communicated to me based on the editing was that production didn't give a fuck about anything that y'all were talking about in that. They couldn't wait for Martell to get there to shake the shit up. So in the midst of Destiny and Tisha like giggling and talking, Tisha had just got her cinnamon bun, right? Martell shows up in them leggings that are jean painted, walking into the scene. At this point, Tisha gets up and leaves. And she takes a big chunk out of that cinnamon bun and she goes. While Martell and Destiny are sitting there looking stupid as a bitch. Like, Destiny, you are such a low down, dirty asshole. Like, you are literally loyal to nobody but Martell. Like, you cannot convince me that Martell has not alley-ooped his nuts in your mouth a couple of times. The way that you are continuously sticking to this man, like you have nothing else going on in your life. The fact that we've seen more scenes with you and Martell than we've seen with you and your kid, it's crazy. As she gets up, Martell sits down and Destiny is saying, like, I just hate to see that y'all are in this place. You love that they in this place because you messy. You are nasty, vengeful, vindictive, gutter snipe hoe from the projects of St. Louis, Tennessee, Huntsville, Detroit, wherever the hell you from. I cannot stand Destiny. I cannot stand that woman, y'all. After this happens, right? Tisha goes to her husband's empty house plot, because we forever building shit, but don't never be finishing shit. So once again, we had an empty house plot with nothing there. Where's the houses? Where's the finished products? Where is it? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm tired of Marceau and Tisha dragging us to sticks and stones, trying to break our bones, but the house don't never show up. Y'all continuously showing us plots of land where shit ain't built on it, and I'm over it. Tisha goes up to Marceau. She tells him that she was out at brunch with Destiny, and Martell just popped up and showed up. She said that she left because she says, I'm not going to be here because my husband ain't here. Marceau tells her she made a good decision, and he thanks her for it because it's hard for him to be her protector when she's in situations that he's not around. You thick-hipped, wide-set ass. You ain't never been no protector. Literally the same shit that was going to happen if Tisha sat there and ate her food, literally, was going to be the same shit that was going to happen if you sat there with her while she was eating her food. Because at the end of the day, you not willing to fight for your wife. You not. So Martell is going to continue to embarrass Tisha to let Tisha know that your husband not only puts you in awkward environments, but he also won't protect you, and he will allow me to talk to you and embarrass you because he's a big fat ass bitch, right? Basically, that's what he's doing. So I'm so confused why Marceau is acting like he's gonna be some type of protector for Tisha. Nigga, this man literally called your wife 5 bitches at the park and you did nothing. What did you protect her? When did you protect her? And then when she started to defend herself because you weren't doing it, you told her to be quiet. Like, when does the protection start? Like, is it like a subscription plan? Does she have to pay in an installment of a new wedding ring for you to wear for her to get the protection? Like, how does that work? So he says that he does not want her getting into it with Martell because Martell doesn't have the mental aptitude not to take it to another place. And the thing about it is, what he's telling you, Tisha, is I don't want you defending yourself to Martell, even though he's calling you all types of bitch hoes and sluts, because he's going to want to fight. And I'm not man enough to fight for you because I'm a big fat ass bitch with wide hips and man titties. That's what he's basically telling you to me. Destiny is with her father. Now, y'all gonna think I'm kind of ignorant for how I'm gonna cover this, but I'm gonna just let you know this is how I saw it, okay? How I saw it. So Destiny tells us that Madani is a brand named after her father, Donnie, and her grandmother, Maddie. And I was like, Destiny, we don't give a f. We are tired of hearing Madani. We don't care. We don't. Please spare us the Madani fun facts. She says that she's as busy as ever with her new product launch for her Madani body fragrance, but she will always have time for her dad. They out there at the lake, I guess, fishing, right? The dad basically tells her, baby, I'm so glad to be here in this moment with you. This beautiful scenery, there's a lake, the air is just so fresh, I can breathe. And y'all, right after he said that, I swear to God, I heard 2 harmonicas. And I was like, I was born by the river in a little tent. Yeah. I don't know. When Destiny dad talks, I hear a whole bunch of Negro spirituals. I hear a lot of Sam Cooke. I hear a lot of Mahalia Jackson when he talks. Maybe he's invoking the spirit of the Lord in his talk. I don't know. Sam Cooke? Is that you? He says, baby, God handles everything. Your daddy gonna be all right. He tells her, don't worry about anything. And she says, Daddy, I'm gonna always worry about you. He said, you've been a good girl to Daddy. And, you're doing great, Destiny. Even though you're divorced out of wedlock with a child, you're getting arrested back to back, your business is failing, Destiny, your house got refinanced. Destiny, you're doing great. I was like, it's great in the room with us. He says that he loves her to the end of the earth. She says, I love you too, Daddy. And she says that she will always be grateful to her father because he brought her out of the foster care system when her mom was battling, with drugs. I'm really trying to be serious, but I really cannot. So the daddy lets us know what was going on. So Destiny asked Kim, so how did you feel about me being in foster care? The daddy says, when I found out you was in foster care, I went down there up to Detroit and I asked the lady, can I take you out to get something to eat? She said I couldn't take you out of the building. That night, I called, and by the way, they called me Mr. Willie. Y'all, that's what he kept on saying, Mr. Willie. I was like, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Willie was just a man, and he's doing the best he can. So he says, I told my lawyer, I want my baby. And he said, the lawyer said, if I have to kidnap her, you gonna get your baby. And that next morning, I got your baby. I got my baby. I got my baby. But no, real though, it was a really sweet. It was a really sweet scene. I'm gonna be real about it. It was a sweet scene. I love to see it. It's good that Destiny has some man in her life that loves her. Okay, and we still want to know why LeBaric divorced you after 3 weeks of you delivering his child. Why did he divorce you? Where are you living at? Why don't we never see your babies? Where are you staying at? How are you paying your bills? It's so much. We want to know how long you've been Lance. How did you and Lance even begin? What's the age difference? It's so much that we can discuss. I don't give a about your daddy, Mr. Willie, back in 1982, picking your ass up from the foster care system. I don't. So the next thing we go to, we are at Madani development facility. Because at the end of the day, it's not a storage unit. It's a development facility where you just may or may not be storing shit. Her and Lance are trying to get stuff set up. And apparently Lance is like, what? So where do you want this to go? How is this going to fit in here? Because at the end of the day, he's trying to figure out why he's trying to turn the storage facility into a store. Because he's pretty sure that that's against the locksmith / storage unit facility rules and regulations. You cannot start selling stuff out of your storage unit like a store. You cannot do that. It's only for storage purposes, but he is going with it. Kimmy and Tisha show up and, they sound about, oh, girl, this is so nice. Look at all of the stuff you done did. This is such an amazing development facility. Wow. Girl, y'all really doing it. Was y'all just in here just hanging stuff up? Because they asking the question because they're like, well, y'all just been in here hanging shit up for about an hour or two. It's only 3 walls here. And this is the size of a closet. So was y'all up in here? And then Lance said, nah, we wasn't up in here. We would need way more room than that. I was like, first of all, Lance, nice try, but both of you are 5'4". So at the end of the day, I doubt that y'all need that much space. Y'all can make it happen up in this garage door. Okay. after he leaves, they start to talk, and we all know it can't be a Kimmy scene if Kimmy don't bring up Mel and also start stirring the pot. Tisha and Kimmy brings up the mimosas with Melody. You know, that they went to mimosas with Melody. Y'all, I love that. Mimosas with Melody. Melody mimosas. Forgive me. I'm being immature. I'm sorry. So Tisha and Kimmy decides to bring up the invite list and how everybody was invited. Tisha said, yeah, like, you know, invites was just going all around. Did you get one? Y'all know damn well Destiny did not get no damn invite. Kimmy told Destiny well, Sonny was there, and Destiny says in her confessional that she's not shocked that Sonny had came all the way from St. Louis to come to Melody's event because Sonny is desperate and Melody is vengeful. And I was like, oh, you also forgot one, Destiny. You are delusional because for some reason you think that you are on everybody's mind and nobody's thinking of you. It's not giving that Mel, you were on Mel's mind. You were never going to be invited because Mel don't like you like that. Y'all not cool like that. And the last time you was in an interview, you was talking shit. So Destiny let them know that she is planning Nell's bachelorette party. And they asked her, is everyone invited? She said, yeah, everybody who wants to go. Yeah, everybody is invited. She said, everyone is invited except for Sonny. They told her that she can't do that. She said, well, Sonny don't even know that lady. And I was like, well, Destiny, you don't even know that lady. Like, you ain't, like, when did you and Nell become close friends to where you even planning her bachelorette party anyway? Why? Like, how did we get to you planning it? To be honest, neither one of y'all know Nell like that. I don't even know Nell like that. And by the way Nell's wigs be looking, I feel that we truthfully don't even know if her real name is Nell. Some tells me that Nell is hiding undercover in protective custody from some type of big drug dealer because the way she be wearing these witness protection wigs with no closures, with no plucking of the frontals, I can't keep up with who Nell is when I see her on screen. Sometimes I think it's Nell and sometimes I think it's Madea. She be wearing these Tyler Perry play wigs. They say that they are excited about the Madani event. Kimmy said that she hopes that it's going to be demure because they don't know how to act at Destiny's functions. And then it goes into a reel of all of the times Destiny planned the Madani event. Every single event was a Madani event. Every single one. Why is that? Even when we was at the park, you made it about Madani. Now, what the does a dodgeball got to do with Madani? I don't know, but Destiny's going to try to connect the if she can. Destiny's going to beat Madani into our heads till we're Madani damn tired of it. I can't take it. So now we're at the scene with Melody and Chris Fletcher meeting at the popcorn spot. She says that she's happy to talk to him to see if he was really playing matchmaker. So Chris comes up, walks in his best Burlington suit, and he sits down. Melody decides to get immediately into it. And she says, so, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm glad you got here. I was going to end up buying this whole store, you know, buying all of this popcorn. You know, she always got to ease you into it anyway before she completely just rips your head off. So she tells him, you know, well, Kimmy came over to my house the other day and she told me, you know, based on the open house that y'all had, that you hooked up Trish and Martell. Chris looking like his whole life is going out of his body. Chris just looks like an empty shell, like ain't no life in him. Y'all know them old people in them old folks' homes that just be staring at the wall? That's what Chris be giving because he really be boring the out of me. Like he just like he ain't got no life. So he explains that he was at the gym and Martell hit him up asking if there was any women there. And he says, yeah, you know, there's always women at the gym. And he said that he didn't even know Trisha, but I thought you and Trisha was cousins. Now, am I tripping or did he and Trisha both say that they related? So you don't know her, but y'all know that y'all related. And even though y'all are related, you throwing him onto your homeboy like a bitch off the street. How does that work? He says it was just men's talk. You know, it was nothing like that, just men's talk. She said, speaking of men's talk, back when we were married, me and Martell had a heated discussion, and Martell kept on bringing up how the old man that he was getting mentorship from, who else could that be, was telling him to cheat, but don't mess with nobody that has anything to lose and make them sign a contract. Chris looking at her like, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was probably Maurice and Marceau. But Maurice and Marceau aren't old folks. He was talking about somebody that he could look up to, somebody that's older than him that told him this. So Maurice and Marceau couldn't be the ones that he's considered the old folks. But it's nice how you like to throw them under the bus, though. He said he too old to do that. He too old. He ain't got no time to be having all of these women and having them signing contracts. Mel says in her confessional, yeah, he old and he's changed now, but when he was young, that's another story. And what Mel is basically saying, you ain't have to actively be doing it to tell my husband how to do it. You could have just taught him how to do it based on your own experiences and how you did it back when you were younger. Chris denies all of that. Mel basically shrugs it off, and she doesn't believe him anyway, but she's not in the mood to argue with him, so she's going to let it go. He brings up his anniversary. Mel says, yeah, I know the last day to RSVP is today, but I was kind of waiting until after we had this conversation to see how I was going to move forward with going. Chris is in the confessional telling us that Melody's saying that she didn't know if she was going to come or not based on him putting Trish and Martell together has nothing to do with his anniversary. And it's weird that Mel would feel some type of way when him and Melody aren't even together anymore. I was looking on social media, and it's so weird how so many people are just so uneducated. They're not critical thinkers. They don't really think about anything. They just hear somebody say something and then they just repeat it online. You know what I'm saying? So after you say that about Melody, like, why do you even care? You ain't even with Martell. Like, it ain't even about that. It ain't even about that. It's not. The problem is your wife came over to my home calling herself my mentor, then at her fitting, crying to me about how I invalidated her in our relationship because I didn't consider her a mentor. And y'all were supposed to be our quote unquote mentors. And in the midst of you mentoring, you still hooking my husband up with other bitches that worked out in the gym with y'all. So no, I don't know if I want to go to an anniversary to celebrate the love between my friend and her nigga who was sitting here hooking my husband up with other strong-shouldered bitches when he was supposed to be our quote-unquote mentors. It's so weird how people think that this is about Martell. Melody don't give a about what Martell is doing. The point of the matter is, Trisha, why are you trying to come into my friend group, trying to befriend me when you were my husband when we were married and you went to my house? Why would you even come to me to even try to be friends? Why would you even think that I would want to be your friend? And don't tell me I shouldn't care about what Martell did. It ain't even about that. If Martell somebody right now, I could give a less. It's about the fact that when I was married, you were my husband, and now y'all are trying to get in my face and eat off my plate. You. And that anniversary too. So I don't understand what everybody else is talking about. Why is it so hard for people to understand that Mel don't want to go to an anniversary of a nigga that was hooking her husband up with side when they were married and they were supposed to be quote unquote mentors? She wasn't hooking other husbands up with side. She wasn't going into y'all husband's house when y'all were separated y'all husbands. But Y'all expect her to want to be friend and be cool and cordial with bitches who are doing shit to her at her lowest point in life. I was like Chris Fletcher confused that Mel would feel some type of way talking about it's not even related. It's a bull. Like, first of all, what's bullshit is that Jerry curl that you're still rocking, that S curl that you're rocking. What's bullshit is them TikTok dances that your old ass be doing with Nell. What's bullshit is the fact that some of your kids don't feel that Nell likes them because she ain't their mama. What's some bullshit is the fact that you sitting here trying to tell us that you did not hook Martell up with Latricia. You and that motherfucking anniversary, and I guarantee you, even during the anniversary, Nell still gonna have on a Tyler Perry play wig. And that's another thing of bullshit. You see the real bullshit is that you be letting your wife come out the house with these wigs on, thinking that she's doing something when she's really doing nothing. That's what's the bullshit. The bullshit is the fact that you're telling your wife she looks sexy, fly, and cute in those beauty store supply wigs. That's the bullshit. I'm tired of Melody's so condescending. Melody is so disrespectful. Melody is so miserable. No, all of these other are miserable. And they want to talk about everybody else's life. And at the moment Mel want to talk about their life, Mel miserable. When we got to talk about your business, even though Kimmy and Maurice have been going through all of the things this episode, being messy as shit, stirring the pot, asking everybody else about their relationship and their motherfucking business, while not divulging their own business. But when we talk about y'all, we miserable. We ain't got going on. We operating from a place of embarrassment and hurt. No, at the end of the day, if y'all motherfuckers go around being messy, y'all should be able to have the mess happen with y'all. But once again, everybody is holding on Melody on Twitter. I don't understand it. We're at the Madani Rihanna relaunch. Okay. Destiny comes in a grand entrance wearing her best Shein night ball gown, looking like it just came straight out of the pack. You know them Shein clothes, it be in them little Ziploc bags. You gotta take that shit out like lunch. So she gives her little speech about how she's just so happy that everybody could be here for the Madani relaunch, and we coming out with a body fragrance called Big D Energy, and everybody get it. So after she does that, the men go sit at a table and the women go huddle up and meet and sit down in a corner, right? Nell brings up how she spoke to Kimmy, and Kimmy told her, once again, Kimmy being messy as Kimmy told her that Destiny didn't want Sonny there. She tells Destiny, well, I don't agree with what Sonny did, but I have to judge Sonny on my own relationship. I can't judge her based on what she did with you. I may not like it, but I have to get to know her myself. Destiny said, that's cool, but we're going to have to reevaluate the relationship because she sees that she can't expect the same level of loyalty that she gives people. Is the loyalty in the room with us? Because when you were friends with Melody and she was your sister, you was getting off the phone talking to her to go talk to her ex-husband who was dragging the shit out of her on social media while you were also going through your own divorce with a man who was abusing you allegedly. But you are loyal? Is it the same type of loyalty that you had when you brought Martell to a sit down between you and Tisha? Tisha, the one who keeps on bringing you on the show when you keep on getting kicked off, and you brought Martell there after he called her all types of sluts and bitches at your event that you did nothing for, that you stood up for nobody at. and you left her there to continue to get flambéed by Martell, where's the loyalty? Or is it that you feel that everybody just got to be loyal to you while you can just go be a snake to everybody else? I don't give a how many slave hymnal sitting by the dock of the bay scenes you do with your motherfucking daddy Destiny, but at the end of the day, you are loyal to nobody, and nobody owes any loyalty to you. So the men are at the table asking Lance about him and Destiny. They say, like, y'all look like y'all cool and y'all kicking it. Like, he says, yeah, like, we kicking it. Yeah, you know, we both divorced, you know, and, you know, we getting along. We, like, you know, we chilling right now. We, you know, we doing real good. Child, why he said that? You know, the word divorce triggers Ken, because Ken says, actually, let's talk about that. Why is everybody so mad that I'm in a relationship with Trish and she's going through her divorce and it's not finalized? Hasn't everybody been through that? I was like, why is he so upset? Like, was it me or did that just come out of nowhere? Like, nobody was talking about him. Like, we were talking about Lance. What did you have to do with any part of this? So when he opened the door, they immediately start to walk through and start to ask him questions. And then he says, like, so for example, about the Martell thing, everybody wants me to be mad at Trisha for doing that was before me. Why do I got to be mad at her for doing something that was before me? I was like, why is he yelling? Why is he so upset? Why is he so mad? And I was like, you're mad about this, but you brought it up. Nobody is bringing this up right now. And I'm surprised. You brought this up on yourself. Somebody give him a text from the kids. It'll probably make him feel better. It's always about the kids. Weird ass. I'm sorry. So Maurice says, but like, it was about the embarrassment. Like, she intentionally deceived you. Like, and Marceau asked him, but what about when one lie becomes multiple lies and multiple lies becomes multiple lies? He says, well, I'm just going to leave her. You know, the only thing that's going to hurt me is the kids. I was like, if you don't stop bringing up these children, these teenagers, stop bringing it up. Stop. We're tired of hearing you talk about the kids. Them kids. Marceau says that, why are you with somebody that can't hurt you? Maurice says that he's lying. That, you know, obviously he's more emotionally invested in a relationship with Trish and that she could hurt him, that he just couldn't walk away if he just wanted to. And it's so weird to me that Maurice is the one saying this, because Maurice, you're the same person that was allegedly cheating on Kiowa, cheating on Kimmy with big bad bitches in Atlanta. But you want to sit here and talk about how Trish is doing Ken wrong. Oh, I guess the fact of the matter is, y'all are not okay with a woman doing the same shit that y'all be doing. And y'all feel that he's less of a man because he's allowing himself to get played like the men play the women, right? And once again, why the is Ken allowing these wide hip set to drill him about his own relationship? Why are you answering any type of questions that these people got going on? They don't even want to talk about their own business. Why are you explaining yourself? Why are you doing this? What validation are you going to get from these two thick, chubby, pudgy ass Keebler elves talking to you about what's going on in your motherfucking life? Why? Why do you feel it's so important to get validation from two who ain't doing shit with their own in their own marriages? Like, why does it even matter what Maurice and Marceau think? Fuck them. If you want to continue to fuck Trisha while she's married to Marquez, then do that. Nobody gives a fuck. But to continuously feel like you have to explain yourself and answer the business, I really can't. Like, you just big and brawny for no fucking reason. Just acting like a big buff ass bitch. Why are you bringing this up? Why are you begging for Marceau and Maurice's wide back, thick hip, big back validation? Tisha and Marceau go off to the side, y'all. They having a conversation about Trish and Ken's business. Once again, the Scotts are having conversations about everybody else's business besides their own. But Melody is the miserable one for bringing up the Scotts' business. Melody is the miserable one about bringing up Trish and Ken's business. But everybody else can do it. But Mel is the only one that can't talk about nobody else's business. Only the Scotts can do it. So in the midst of Tisha and Marceau having a conversation, Martell goes over there and sits down right next to them. Right. Now, Tisha says that she feels that the conversation needs to happen between Marceau and Martell. It has nothing to do with her. So she's going to get up and leave. Marceau tells her to sit down. I'm like, who the fuck is you talking to? Who is this big BBL ass having nigga talking to? And let's talk about it while we're discussing it. You want Tisha there in the midst of this conversation, even though Martell continuously disrespects her in front of your face, because you want to use her as a shield. You didn't want to have that conversation one-on-one with you and Martell because you was afraid Martell was going to go across that table and whoop your ass. So you wanted your wife to be there to be the one who gets all of them shots, because you knew if it was just you and Martell there, that he was going to be coming at you straightforward. And you knew that if Tisha's there, that she's going to distort that interaction. So you want to use her as some fucking type of shield, like a real big ass. Martell says that this is typical narcissist behavior. Marceau wants to control Tisha, and it's weird that he wants her to have this conversation with a whole woman around. Like, we should be having this conversation amongst men. Like, Tisha shouldn't even be here. So because of this, Martell is going to continuously disrespect Tisha, not only to try to provoke Marceau, also show that Marceau is not protecting Tisha at all. And he lets us know in the confessional that he feels that Marceau knows where all the bones are buried between the two of them, and he knows as well. He knows all the women that they had sex with, all of the people that they shared, all of the stuff that they did, all of the places that they've been, seen a couple best friends, about 5 or 6 best friends, like basically fucking sound like a Trina song at this point, right? And he continuously is trying to provoke Martell, so Martell puts it all out there, hoping that Tisha would leave him because he truthfully don't want to be married. And I started to think about that. I was like, that does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? So Martell tells Marceau to tread lightly. Marceau says that I'm not gonna tread lightly, say anything nice. He says, at the end of the day, all you're trying to do is hurt my marriage. Martell says, I don't give a damn about hurting your marriage or not. At the end of the day, you are continuously embarrassing Tisha, letting the whole world know how slow she is. And he still hasn't did anything. Mind you, Tisha wanted to get up and leave at the beginning of this conversation. Marceau told her to sit down just to get embarrassed, just to get insulted in her husband not do anything. And then Marceau decides to try to do that, like that unbothered thing where he just putting his arm up, acting like none of this shit is affecting him. Truth be told, the reason why you're acting like that is because you're a big ass bitch. You're afraid of Martell. You don't want to get your ass whooped, and you are a pussy ass nigga. That's the whole reason why you're trying to act unbothered and cool, and you really look lame as a bitch. So Martell says that he is letting the world know how slow his wife is and that she accepts anything. Tisha gets up and leaves. Marceau tells Martell that he's pathetic and that he's better than him. Marceau says that at one point Martell thought he was the big dog and that he was the one at the top, but now he's at the top, basically letting us know that they were never really friends. It was always a competition. And truth be told, I really feel that Marceau hates that Martell is so handsome and that he's so ugly. It really does hurt him internally. Child, Martell gets up, storms off, y'all, and that's the end of the episode. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. That's all I have for y'all today, okay? Now, y'all, I gotta go. I really can't keep up the whole Jeremy Speaks voice right now. My voice about to get real deep. So I have to go. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of y'all night, rest of y'all day. And I plan on doing the same. Y'all love yourselves, drink water, know that you are worthy, know that you have worth, know that you are meant to be here. And love yourself. Okay. Because when you don't love yourself, you end up opening a store called Madani that shut down like 5 or 6 times. And you keep on having relaunches of it. Okay. But y'all be easy. I love every single one of y'all, and y'all be blessed. Okay, y'all? Peace.